It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the best of the West will take on the beast of the East. It's the Seahawks and the reigning NFC champs, under the lights on Sunday night.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Matchup of a couple of teams, Greg, with one big thing in common. A new head coach from a season ago. These are always the seasons we want to see how they play out, how they can implement their plan going in.
And more often than not, Mike, as we all know, when you find yourself in position to make a coaching change, it's because the previous few seasons did not go according to plan. So the question is, did they find the right new head coach to lead them in this next era for their organization? These two teams today are hoping that this goes a long way into deciding, do they have the right guy pulling the strings? Because if you do, if you have a head coach and a quarterback, you can win for a long time in this league.
All right, we're just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here comes the Seattle offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by the number 3 overall pick back in the 2018 draft. Out of USC, it's Sam Darnold.
About you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent right from the jump. So I think early in this game, they're going to come out swinging right from the opening whistle.
First carry now for Kenneth Walker. And a nice run to start out. 6 yards on the first play of the game. They'll come up now for second down and 4. Once again, it's Walker. And he's going to be about a yard short of the first, getting it up to the 36. Trying to avoid the early 3 and out. They face third and a yard. They'll try and run it with Walker. It's a gain of 10 yards. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
Over the last couple years, Mike, we've seen the trend in the NFL is that third down has really become a passing down, but not here. Not for this team. They keep the ball on the ground. They're able to pick up a big gain. Fresh set of downs.
Back-to-back gains of 10 yards and back-to-back first downs. On play action, here's Darnold. There's the big tight end, Fant. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. It's first and goal now from just inside the 10-yard line. That's complete on the tight end screen. They'll try to use that size to push forward, but it's not going to work. Defense strong up front. And they're going to get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Darnold to the air once more. He pulls it in around the 5. And he finds a seam and takes it down to the 3. Third and goal. They'll run with Walker. And he is not going to get in. They make the tackle at the line of scrimmage. And that's going to bring up 4th and goal.
And what a play by the interior of this defensive line. There was nowhere to run. He's able to get in the backfield for a big stop, and it sets up 4th down.
Grupe's kick is good. And the Seahawks will take a 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this.
Now on the return, he has lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. Special teams comes through again. We don't talk about it nearly enough, but sometimes the biggest plays of the game happen like that one. The kickoff return, fumble, recovered, and momentum swing.
Everybody loves to see a big return, Mike, but the priority of any kick return unit, just give your offense a chance to possess the ball. And in this case, they don't do that. They turn. And now they find themselves back out there on defense.
On 1st and 10, here comes Walker. And this play's going nowhere, taken down behind the line. A great way for this defense to get on the field and get started.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. And he does all he can to get away, but they're going to get him right at the line of scrimmage, and it will bring up 4th down.
Quarterback just has to get this ball out of his hands. I understand giving your guy a chance to pick up the 1st down. Let's see if he can get some space downfield past the sticks and put one on him. But once it's clear that's not going to work, this ball either needs to be thrown away, checked down, but you certainly don't want to continue to go backwards. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Washington offense going to make their way to the field for the first time. They are led by the former Heisman Trophy winner out of LSU, Jaden Daniels.
He's coming off such a strong performance. Week, Mike, where he did a little bit of everything. Throws for 3 touchdowns, ran for another, but most importantly, leads his team to the big win. I'll tell you what, he has his eyes set on trying to do the same thing here over these next 4 quarters.
Here's 1st and 10. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. And a nice game there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. To the ground, he'll get it again. And he'll work this forward to the 35. big Leonard Williams brings him down. Injured player on the field, and he's battled through injuries throughout his career. Christian Watson, the injured party. 3rd and a yard. 3rd and a yard. It's Daniels. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going. He'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Pickup of 14 on that one. Good for a Commander's first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Daniels to throw on 2nd down. And this ball's going to be incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
On 3rd down, they'll throw with Daniels. He'll try to run for it. And he's all the way down to the 15-yard line.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on a big scramble. He's able to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive.
On 1st and 10, here's Daniels. And he'll be taken down.
And this has been a really nice answer so far to this game, Mike. I mean, you watch your opponent take the initial drive and go right down the field and score. And what are you going to do in response? What are you going to do when you get that ball back for the first time in your huddle?
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Jaden Daniels. Touchdown, Washington. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. Off the play fake. Here's Darnold. That's going to be caught. It's Marvin Mims. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
Quick throw here is complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. The tight end Fant in motion. Darnold to throw. He'll get this complete to Walker. And it'll be a short pickup that's not enough for the first down. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. Darnold to throw again. Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
On 4th down, here's Blake Gillikin to punt. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Commanders' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. He is the NFL leader in rushing to this point in the season, so he's hoping to put together a solid second half to try to take home the title. His drive will start on the ground. And how about that back bulldozing his way forward? A gain of 9 yards.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5. A tight end in motion now. Off the play fake, here's Daniels. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. Third and 9. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
The Commanders set to kick this one away. A fair catch taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. And as we move into the second half of the season, you can see he's the NFL leader in rushing touchdowns. Off the play fake, it's Darnold. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll go play action with Darnold. He'll get this out to the left flat.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Here's Blake Gillikin now, and he is hoping to improve on his first attempt. Oh, but he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. They'll begin here on the ground. And this will be a short pickup to about the 30. Terrell Bernard, they're on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. He'll let this one rip, looking for Watson. And he will take this one in. 70 yards. Touchdown, Washington.
This is when you're very fortunate as an offensive play caller, Mike, that you not only have the speed on the outside, but you got the big arm behind center, because it doesn't get real fancy. If you can hold up in the protection, you're saying run as fast and as far as you can. I'm going to throw it as far as I can. And when you connect, it is a thing of beauty. And in this case, it results in a touchdown.
The extra point by Gay is good. And the Commanders will take a 14-6 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This returnable from the 4. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Seahawks offense ready to get back at it. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Now, Darnold. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system. And all these early sacks, yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket.
And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now their pass protection is breaking down and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
Here's the punter now, as he'll take this a yard or 2 into his own end zone. Fair catch will be taken here. It is right at the 40-yard line. The Commanders' offense and receiver Christian Watson set to go once more. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the first half, it's resulted in a big play that is borne out by those eye-popping numbers. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. They'll throw with Daniels. He'll get this out to his running back. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. To throw is Daniels. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a 1st down.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
And he'll fight forward for a couple of yards, but a flag is down, and the linemen are already walking back. Daniels now going to look to throw. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And that'll help a bit. They're still well short of the sticks. A solid pickup on that first down play. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. They'll look to set up the screen here. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. They'll send the tight end in motion right. Following the penalty, they'll run it. He'll push forward for about a yard. Julian Love brings him down. Throwing on second down. Daniels. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down. The man in motion is Watson. Open man, left side. He's got it. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Throwing now, Daniels. He's got it at the 3. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. A touchdown, lucky number 13 on the season. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Seahawks offense back onto the field for their next possession. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. On play action, here's Darnold. He'll take a shot with Mims. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the third or fourth read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jump that route, challenge the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
The Commanders' offense and their running back set to go once more. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. Play action. Here's Daniels. The catch is made. This is Tucker Kraft. And inside the 25-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
2nd down and 8. Now Daniels. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Throwing again. Daniels. Quick throw here is complete. 17 yards on the gain, and now they've got 1st and goal.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on 3rd down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
Here's a run. He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line. Two minutes to go here till halftime. We'll be back just outside the nation's capital after this. We'll go again from the 3. It is 2nd and goal. They send the tight end in motion. On 2nd and goal, they'll give him another shot. And it doesn't appear that he got to that 1st down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Looking for that final yard. It's 3rd and goal. The man in motion is Watson. They'll run. And he will dive into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. 2nd touchdown for him in the game. Number 14 on the year. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Marvin Mims. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. 1st down now. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Kayvon Thibodeau, former 5th overall pick, in there to drop him.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Darnold to throw. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. Third and long. The run up the middle, it's Walker. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. Complete to the former Buckeye, Jackson Smith-Njigba. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. He'll get this complete to Walker. He's going nowhere, losing yardage on that play. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
It's the tight end Kraft in motion, and they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down up around the 24-yard line. So we're at halftime here on Sunday Night Football. As we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and the big tight end momentarily. But first, let's give everyone a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. DJ Moore, a touchdown catch in the victory. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Josh Downs leading the way with 3 touchdown catches.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Commanders' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. We check out the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns coming into this weekend, and you see he is currently second in that category. The third quarter begins with a run. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. He'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Daniel. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. And it'll be brought down right around the 40. Reek Woolen brings him down. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. On 2nd down, it's Daniels. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
That's 13 more on that play, and quickly another 1st down. Here's Daniels. To the right side here, pass is caught. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's 2nd and 2. Man in motion, heading left. And this drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team. And he'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. Now it is 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. Still a ways from the end zone as they come up now on 2nd and goal. Keep it in the air. Here's Daniels. That one, take it in. Touchdown, Commanders.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
The extra point by Gay is good. And the Commanders will extend this 3rd quarter lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And they'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The Seahawks offense getting set to get back to work. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
They run with Walker. It's a pickup of about 3 to the 28-yard line. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Darnold now to throw, and he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
A fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and Jaden Daniels ready to take over once more. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. He's got his running back downfield, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 10-yard line.
When he continues to play at this level, Mike, it just makes this team so hard to beat. It's the combination of leading both long, sustained drives and then being able to strike in bunches. It puts so much pressure on these defenses, and with the way today's game has gone, doesn't look like he has any plans on slowing down.
So after the big play to start, now we have 1st and goal. The man in motion is Watson. To throw is Daniels. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the...
And he's got another one! Touchdown, Washington. His big game continues. 3 touchdowns in this one, and now 15 for the year. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this third quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the first half, they picked right back up here to start the third quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Off the bootleg, here's Darnold. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. And play halted for a moment. We have an injured Seahawk player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Darnold. They'll look to set up the screen here. That will make third down a little more manageable. Good yardage gained on that one. Throwing, Darnold. They'll try to set up the screen here.
Nice job by the defense there, stopping them short on third down. Brings up fourth, but Mike, honestly, I don't think there's much decision to be made. He's got to keep his offense out there. They need to come away with points. Find themselves down multiple scores in this one. They're going to have to maximize these possessions.
The home team's offense ready to take over possession of the football. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
It's first down, and they'll run. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. They'll stick with him again. Still keeping the legs moving, somehow managing to turn that into a gain. Got to get this to the 25. Here's third down. From the shotgun on third down. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. And he won't be able to take it all the way in, but that is a great return, and they are set up first and goal.
So the first part of any interception is just end up with the ball in your hands, right? That's what every defensive coordinator wants. But anytime you can get yards on the return, that's just an added bonus, and that's what we see here. There's a little space, does a great job securing the catch, and all of those yards just set up for better field position as their offense takes the field.
This offense and their running back heading back on the field. So now, after the interception, a sudden change situation. First and goal. To throw is Darnold. He's going to keep it himself.
It's a nice job here defensively. Down here tight, it's easy to be so concerned about stopping the pass that you lose sight of the quarterback when he decides to become a runner. Not the case here. Picks up a little positive yardage, sets up second and goal.
And this one blown up. Good surge and drop him. A loss on the play, back to the 9-yard line.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he'll get this forward for positive yardage as he covers up in the end.
What a nice play defensively. It's always a bit of a challenge. How long do I stay in coverage defending my zone or my man? Or how fast do I come up and pursue a scrambling quarterback? They did a nice job rallying to the ball late. They're able to bring him down to force fourth down.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Seahawks will cut into that lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Throwing is Daniels. He'll try and get there on the ground. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. And Sunday Night Football continues after this. They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Tight end motioning left. Now a give up the middle. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll send a tight end in motion. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. The man in motion is Watson. He'll try to get this one on the ground.
This ball carrier just didn't want to go down, and this defense, they had to throw everything they had at him, Mike. He just kept fighting and fighting, but finally when they were able to get him on the ground, they were able to do it for a loss.
The Commanders about to send this one away. He'll punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The visitors' offense ready for this next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Here's Darnold. The ball's out. But this is taken in by a teammate.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sack, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
Third and long. Now Darnold. Downfield, got him, and he's got it. And he's going to take this one all the way. 85 yards. Touchdown, Seattle. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Groupie able to add the extra point. And the Seahawks cut into the lead a little bit. After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down. The man in motion is Watson. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. And that's good enough for a first down. They'll stay on the ground. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down. Throwing now. Daniels. There's that man again. Another catch.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers. Everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
On third down, they'll try to get it on the ground. Special teams out to the field, ready for this punt. The Seahawks offense headed back to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. On play action, here's Darnold. Smith and Jigba left side, he's got it.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Straight ahead, it's Walker. And he's fighting and trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes third down. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
The Seahawks sending out their punt team, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. Now fair catch is called for and made right there at the 45. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Now Daniels. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Terrell Bernard. And the Seahawks will take over here just past the 30.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see. Can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
The Seahawks offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. He'll get this complete to Walker. He'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. He'll get this out to his running back. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Darnold to throw. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Sometimes in the NFL, you have to be careful what you ask for. This offensive line, they were very clear to us this week. They wanted to take on this group. They loved the ability to be challenged. Well, they might have poked the bear a little bit too much because they've now surrendered a whopping 10 sacks in a single game.
Back to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
At this point, they're just trying to make something positive happen here late in the 4th quarter. This secondary blanketed the entire field, and the ball ends up falling into the wrong arms.
The Commanders' offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. And it's looking like the win streak to start the year is going to continue for another week. What a tremendous performance here as they are out to finish this one off. And he'll take this forward only to about the 46-yard line.
Still 1st down.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. A tight end in motion now. A handoff here, up the middle. And he'll work his way down to about the 41. 2nd down and 3. Up the middle they go. And he's going to pick it up and take it down inside the 35 for the 1st down.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. They will not get this one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game, offense. Still second down.
Back to the ground after the penalty. And he'll work his way down inside the 30. Shooing off 7 yards on that one. They need to get this to the 23. Here's third down. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. The offense is staying right there. They're going for it. Fourth and a couple. They'll try to run. And it's going to be a Commanders first down. They'll wind up getting the yards they need on 4th and 3. So it's a win here for the Commanders. Their winning ways continue. They've yet to be stopped as they remain unbeaten in the month of November. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night.